America, the land where eagles soar, and the mountains cascade to the seas. From the rocky coast to the great Northwest, to the dark blue waters of the Atlantic Ocean, and all the states in between. Welcome, as American Builder Productions presents the American Builder television program.
Hello and welcome to Springfield, the third largest city in Missouri. Springfield, also known as the Queen City of the Ozarks, is home to several universities, including Missouri State University. It is also the birthplace of Route 66. With a nice mix of rural and urban settings, Springfield has a little bit of something for everyone. Today, we'd like to introduce you to Brad King and the team behind King Built Properties. Brad and his team are dedicated to helping you build the home of your dreams here in the Ozarks.
You know, I got started building in an interesting way, I guess, which I wouldn't take it back for anything because it's a very valuable experience. I was always interested in construction, and so I jumped into to working for a couple different contractors and learned a lot through that. My first house that I built, I was getting ready to get married, and we decided that we were going to construct our own house. And so I went, and in my process of finding the contractors, I found someone who was an actual builder who hammered nails himself. And so I came up with an idea to go in and work with this guy and have him teach me everything he knew. So I was physically on those sites, hammering nails every day. We were framing, laying tile, we were wiring houses, plumbing houses. Such a valuable experience now that I take with me as we general contract the majority of the work. So now whenever I'm talking to my guys, I've at least been there at some point, so I can tell them that, hey, you know, this is how we like to do it, and here's why, and I can talk that talk with those guys, and it's so important. I guess through getting married and looking for a house and trying to find what I wanted, I couldn't find what I wanted, so I decided that I probably should just build it, and at that point in time, it was an opportunity for me to take a leap and start King Built Properties. As we build more and more homes, we've realized the hard way that there are lots of people that have to be put in place that would be considered our team, the team of people that we employ to ensure that we're creating the sense of service that our clients need. We have now hired 3 site superintendents that will actually be hands-on guys physically on the job site at all times.
My daily duties include oversight of the project, making sure materials are on hand, making sure all our craftsmen and subs are where they need to be and following the objectives that we're trying to accomplish for that day.
We have meetings with Brad almost every day to make sure we cover all the details, because custom homes, they contain a lot of details and they need a lot of attention.
We have direct employees now that do a lot of our carpentry work on site because there's always a need for a move or a change or something that needs to be done on site that's a loose end. So we have 8 full-time carpenters that are on staff with us. We also have Lindsay, who is also my wife, who works in our office.
I do a lot. I sit behind the computer a lot. I shuffle a lot of papers. I just keep track of all of our invoicing. I take care of billing for homeowners. I prepare all of our payroll and do taxes. Just kind of anything organizational-wise, office-wise that Brad doesn't have time for.
As a part of the construction of a new home, there are some crucial players that are a part of the team that produces the product that we produce. And a couple of those would be, of course, in the upfront stages of the development of the house, would be an architect. There are great architects in this town. We're blessed with that. And it's important to have the right architect that fits the style of the home that you're trying to create.
We've got some designers that we've started working with that have really helped aid homeowners in picking things out and kind of keeping an overall good picture of what the home's going to look like.
We like to try to pair our clients with a designer that's going to fit their needs as well to help them through that. Because what we found in building these houses is that everyone needs at least someone to bounce the ideas off of, and we have great interior designers that work with us. As much as the designer and the architect and the builder play a role in the pre-planning stages of the home, during construction, the shift of responsibility really goes into the hands of the guys who are actually working with their hands on the site. Our subcontractors are so important in putting these houses together. We couldn't do it without good subcontractors. It would be impossible. One of the subcontractors that we use on a regular basis is Aaron's Fireplace Company. The reason why that we choose them is because the level of service that we get whenever we walk into their door. Shelly at Aaron's is just fantastic. When we go in there, she takes us right to the exact display or selection of fireplace that we would want to use in the houses that we create. They have plenty of options, and they're always willing to take care of us whenever we need them. Another one of the subcontractors that we use is BC Plumbing. Brett Curl has been nothing but there for us when we need him, and that would be taking care of warranty issues. He is just there anytime we call him, which is important for us as a general contractor. They do very quality work. He's not scared of doing something different, which is also important to us in the homes that we build. We also use Herman Lumber Company, and for a builder, probably one of their most important trade relationships or supplier relationships is their lumber company. And what I've found with Herman is that if there's a product out there that we need to find, an owner wants, they always will find it. And that is so important to us that they're so versatile and they can get us whatever we need, and they'll do the research and the homework to make sure that we can get it timely. The Millwork Shop is our interior door and trim supplier, and they, when we're building custom houses like we build, one of the things that really truly makes a house more than just a white box is the millwork and the trim and the doors, the interior doors in the home. And the Millwork Shop has no limits as to what they can do. SCS Home Entertainment is our partner when it comes to the technology in the home, and as we all know, technology is a growing industry, especially within a home. And what SCS does is they help keep us up to date on the new technology that we can put in a house, and they're always giving us new ideas and creating new things for us when it comes to the systems inside of the home.
Don't go anywhere. American Builder will be right back.
James Hardie siding products are tested in extreme weather and variable temperatures, so your home will withstand the elements, giving you peace of mind no matter where you live. James Hardie siding products, beautiful in a world of extremes.
Aaron's Fireplace Company wants to be the one-stop shop for all your fireplace needs. For nearly 30 years, our family-owned and operated company has sold only top-quality products. We're also a full-service operation offering installations and annual maintenance. We take pride in offering Travis industry brands like Lopi and Fireplace Extraordinaire. And with our no-hype, no-pressure approach, we make shopping stress-free and enjoyable. Call us today or come by our showroom. Aaron's Fireplace Company. Solid.
New Seasons Landscaping is proud to be a full-service, design-to-build landscape firm operating in Southwest Missouri. From construction to masonry, our friendly, experienced, and professional staff is here to help you with all of your landscaping needs. We want to turn your dreams into a reality by helping design the perfect space for you. All of our products are top quality and installed to last. Call New Seasons Landscaping today for all of your design and installation needs.
Welcome back. Before the break, we introduced you to Brad King and some of the team behind King Built Properties. Now that we've met the crew, we'd like to give you some insight into how these individuals come together and design and build the home of your dreams.
When you come to us, we're going to help you put together the team that is appropriate for your home. And that starts at pre-construction.
Well, the building process starts with an idea, and that usually comes from the customer. And what we do is we take their ideas and we build upon them with our experience, including suppliers' experience, subcontractors' experience, and all of our craftsmen's experience. And what we try to do is meet their needs and their vision in the future home that they'll enjoy.
We prefer to start it at the very beginning. When someone wants to build a home, we prefer that we're with them from the start, and that Brad will be integral in meeting with architects and designers up front so that the homeowner kind of knows what they want, but he can offer ideas and suggestions on where this is a good use of your money, this is a good use of your space, or this is not.
And it goes back to the idea of the team approach and putting together the correct team to complete the project at hand that the owner visualizes. And so one of the things that we'll do is we'll help you with the acquisition of the land. We'll help you with the selection of the property. We'll help you find locations that are available. Because a lot of times a builder is going to know where the available land is. Where's a lot? You know, are there, we call them sleeper lots. Is there something out there that we don't know about that potentially that builder is going to know about, and we can take you to that location that may fit your needs. One of the things that we're working on right now inside of King Built Properties, our company, is to try to build as much of this home on paper as we possibly can up front. The sooner we can start the design and pre-construction planning phases of this project, the better off we are, because the more accurate our budget will be, and the process will flow a lot smoother that way rather than trying to make the decisions on the fly. So our job is to make sure that we help you to visualize what you're putting into the house, to make sure that we can try to do as much of that upfront work to make the process smoother for you. One thing that we can't stress enough, building a house takes a lot of time between the pre-planning stages all the way to the end whenever you actually get to walk in, drive in your driveway, and go in your home. So that's a long timeline. And so what we recommend, or actually one of the biggest misconceptions, is that if we plan our house 3 to 4 months in advance or 6 months in advance, that we're way ahead of the game in trying to start this project. When in all reality, the sooner that you can start the planning of this project, the better off you are, whether that be a year and a half. That's not too early, even 2 years. Because there's so much that goes into the pre-construction and the design that we need to make sure that we address early, because what that does is it makes that process a lot smoother.
Lisa and I actually spent several years looking for a builder, probably 2+ years, and looked at maybe 5 or 6 significant builders in the area. Brad's designs prevailed in our mind. He was fantastic with the designs, the color, the service and personality that Brad offers also kind of swung us over into his court.
What we liked most about Brad was his enthusiasm and being young and progressive and just very knowledgeable about all the newest building materials, and just his creativity was just unparamount in comparison with the other builders that we had.
The reason why we made the decision to go with King-Built Properties is because we had been referred to Brad King through some friends of ours, both some architects and some other home builders who had had Brad do the same thing at their home.
What we try to do is ask the right questions to make sure that we help you to visualize what you're putting in that house. Because you may have an idea of something that goes in that house, but not really know how it's going to be put together or what it's going to look like or how much is that going to cost. And so we try to narrow in on those characteristics of the home to ensure that we're trying to plug in a budget that's appropriate for it.
Well, the process with working with Brad was phenomenal. It was great before we started the process. During the process, I can't talk enough good things about Brad. After the process also, Brad took care of us after we built the house. During the build of the house, we would often come home and find Brad sitting in a corner of the house and just kind of looking up, trying to figure out what he could put there. The value that he brought to the house after we started with the plans was significant. There were a lot of treatments and features that we didn't think we would get in the house. So that was one of the best things about Brad and working with him.
Don't go anywhere. American Builder will be right back. Heartwood Lumber Sales has been family owned and operated for over 20 years. Since day one, it has been our goal to provide the highest quality products at the best possible prices. We offer everything from exterior wood siding for a rustic look to heavy timbers and rough sawn flooring for a French country feel. We are also proud to be the Midwest's premier source for Eastern White Pine. Give us a call or come by our sales office today.
With over 20 years of experience, it has been our mission at BC Plumbing to provide excellent customer service. Armed with a knowledgeable and skilled staff, we're able to guarantee the job is done correctly. As a family-owned company, our team offers the highest quality workmanship at the most affordable rates. We are proud to be the most trusted plumbing service in residential, commercial, new construction, and maintenance. BC Plumbing, because we care.
It doesn't pay to compromise on some things, like your mechanic or your doctor.
Open wide.
So why compromise on your home? The experts at SCS Home Entertainment have been creating amazing entertainment environments in the Ozarks for over 25 years. Want to streamline your technology in the boardroom? They can help with that too. Uncompromised excellence in sight and sound.
SCS Home Entertainment, see us for the best in sight and sound.
Welcome back. We're here in Springfield, Missouri, discussing the custom-built homes of King-Built Properties. We've introduced the team and touched on what goes into the building process. Now, we'd like to hear firsthand from past clients what it is that makes King-Built Properties so special.
We've built several houses over our lifetime. Brad has been just a great guy, but he's also been a knowledgeable builder that brings all this together between the architect and the subcontractors. The integrity with which he moves forward each and every day. He works hard for the homeowner, but he's fair to his staff and his subcontractors, which we really enjoy that too. So I think the overall experience is what I would ask somebody to look at and expect to be well above average for an experience in doing something like this.
We love the remodeling process because we stayed on schedule, because it was all laid out in the early stages as to when we were going to start, what was going to happen every step of the way, and then when we were going to complete the project. And fortunately, all that came together when we worked with Brad.
A lot of people don't want to be on site and involved, but I was here working with the subs, and I was so impressed with his subs that they were really good, honest, dependable people, and they would come to me and ask me questions of how I wanted it, and it was not, as much of how Brad wanted it as how I wanted it, but I in turn would call Brad to see how I wanted it, because I trusted he could see the big picture where I could not, so I had a lot of confidence in his skill.
We know when we're building custom homes that there are always going to be modifications or changes or another idea that comes up, or we go into a space and we see something great that we want to incorporate, or our creativity takes over and we decide we want to do something different. With King-Built Properties, one of the things that I can tell you is that we're always going to be open to those ideas. We're never going to meet that with hesitation and, well, we don't want to do that. It's going to stop the process, or we're going to slow down. We're always going to embrace what you want to do in your home and do it.
When we made the decision to go with King-Built Properties, what was exciting to us was we're not experts in how to remodel a house or remodel a room, picking out colors. All of those things were brought to us. They laid it out and they allowed us to make the decision, but they were pointing out what they felt like was best, and we let them do their job, and we're very, very happy with it.
When we were building our home, it seemed like that Brad was his creativity just shined through, and even though it was not in our initial plans, we made a lot of different adaptations to what was initially there. Like my living room ceiling, my fireplace in the hearth room. The beams I thought were way too big, and he was like, trust me, and then once we got them up there, they weren't too big, but I didn't have his foresight in knowing what exactly the end result would be, so he was always very willing to add, and not hurt my feelings. We worked very well together.
The people that were involved in building this were here from the beginning through the end, and then again, we didn't experience very many problems with our house, but those few that did pop up between Brad and the individuals that worked on the house, they were always here. Even behind the scenes, you have to look at Lindsay, his wife, and she was always there also to deal with the paperwork side and the efficiencies of that. So together, they're a very strong team.
Definitely the most satisfying part of my job is being able to get into someone's head, per se, and take ideas, literally, out of air, and put them on paper, and watching them grow to a house that somebody's going to live in for the rest of their life.
When you're spending what is usually quite a little bit of money on what is your best investment, most likely, which is your home, you want it to be done right. And you want it to, when you've got people in your home working, you want it to stay on schedule so you can get them in and get them out. All of those things are important, but what was most important to us, and probably would be to most homeowners, would be that the end result was exactly what we thought it would be, and we were very happy with it.
Well, if anyone would be considering building a custom home, I would just really encourage them to check with King-Built Properties before making a final decision. That his professionalism and his creativity and just the whole package that you get with King-Built, I just can't say enough positive about it. That we've just been really impressed with most all the aspects. My husband wished I would have stayed on budget a little better, but that I think that probably happens in most all builds, but he's thrilled with the end project.
To hear someone say that the home that we built for them was exactly what they imagined and it was perfect for their family, I don't think that there could be a bigger compliment than that.
And now we know, by pairing the right team with each individual client, King-Built Properties is able to exceed expectations and ensure a smooth, one-of-a-kind building experience. That's what makes them Springfield's premier building service.
At Precise Tile and Stone, it's our goal to provide only the highest quality of service with precision and integrity. We give each customer the individual attention that they deserve to ensure complete satisfaction. With over 14 years of experience, we have the knowledge and the skills to handle any job, regardless of size. So whether you need commercial or residential tile work, Precise Tile has you covered. Call us today for a free estimate. Precise Tile, precision and integrity. DeLong Plumbing, Heating and Air is a family-owned business that has been serving the Ozarks for nearly 25 years. Voted the Ozarks' best plumbing and best heating and air service, our commitment to quality workmanship will be evident from the moment you meet our well-trained employees. We have top name brands like Carrier and Rinnai. Call today or visit our website for more information. DeLong Plumbing, Heating and Air. Our family helping your family.
Our big yellow trucks let you know we're there. DeLong Plumbing, Heating and Air.
The DoubleTree Hotel by Hilton Springfield does whatever it takes to make every guest smile. We offer everything you need for business or pleasure, including conference rooms with audio-visual equipment, an indoor-outdoor pool, and a fitness center. Hungry? Grab a bite to eat in one of our 2 on-site restaurants, or take advantage of room service. We want you to feel right at home. DoubleTree Hotel by Hilton, where a warm cookie always awaits your arrival. Are you a custom builder that takes pride in the unique design of your homes? How would you like to be featured as one of our premier builders and have your home showcased in an episode of our show? To be considered for an episode of American Builder, contact us today and find out when we'll be in your area.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to showcase your company products and services? We may have the perfect opportunity for you. At American Builder Productions, we offer a variety of dynamic marketing options. Contact us today to see if you qualify.